Hey guys, welcome to Inktober. This is our uh, seventh stream. I am now 2 behind because yesterday I had to drive back from Alch's place, and it was a longer drive than usual because at one point I got lost. I was trying to drive back without the GPS, and I made a wrong turn. Thankfully, it was only for like 20 minutes, and it was a very easy fix. But yeah, it was 20 minutes longer than I needed, and then after that, I came across three. Well, I'll get into it once we start drawing. So, just let me boot up the program, and we'll get right to it. I would have been on earlier today, but I've had a particularly busy day of running around. Went to go see my grandmother and my aunt and uncle, and then then I came home and my house cleaner was still here, so I had to wait till she was gone before I could start cooking dinner. And dinner was a little complicated. I was making barbecue chicken pastry puffs, and anyone who knows me knows I'm good at cooking, but like pastry is difficult. I always end up messing up like baking stuff. So, but these came out great. I'm actually very proud of myself. They came out great. Anyway, so we're gonna pick up right where we left off, which is shading this bat, and go ahead and tell you guys about all the shenanigans that happened on my drive home yesterday. So I was like halfway back to my house in the middle of nowhere when like after Victorville nowhere when I came across these 3 dogs that like just appeared like out of the brush, like out of nowhere, and they seemed like somebody's pets, so I kind of, no one else was stopping, so I kind of pulled over, and I noticed there was a pet clinic back like 5 minutes back, so I looked it up on my phone and called the pet clinic, and then just kind of hung around with the dogs until somebody from the clinic showed up to take them. And they were cute. It was like a Jack Russell mix. I almost want to say it was like a corgi and a Chihuahua mix, and like a purebred German Shepherd. So it was like, I don't understand why these dogs are just out here running wild. Other than being a little skinny, they seemed perfectly nice. They didn't have any collars. I felt really bad. I almost wanted to take him with me, but my own dog is so dog aggressive that that was just not an option. It dawns on me I'm not looking at the Twitch. There it is. I was not looking at the. I was not looking at that. I should have been. That is my bad. But now I am. Hello, chat. So anyway, so it took me like, oh, hello. Hi, Wivarian. It's good to see you. Yeah, I ran into some problems yesterday, and I got this well, I mean, it was like 3 hours of driving and hanging out in the sun, so I got this by the time I got home, I had this migraine, and Mom was watching Outlander late into the night, and Mom likes to put the TV up at like 80 when she watches Outlander, so you guys would have heard it on this stream. So I was like, I'm just gonna postpone this art stream until I can actually do it properly. So, and I would have been on for the art stream earlier today, but like I said, I was out and about today doing all kinds of stuff. Mostly just doing stuff for my grandmother and hanging out with my head does not hurt. I'm feeling much better today. It was just that I had a really long drive yesterday and had to sit out in the sun for a while because I was watching these 3 dogs that had like on my drive home from Alch. I came across these 3 dogs that just like came out of the side of the road in the middle of the like nowhere, and I felt bad. I didn't want to leave them out there, so I stopped and I pulled over and I called this pet clinic I passed by and waited around with the dogs until the pet clinic had shut up and taken care of them. So by the time I got home, I was kind of stressed out and tired, and I ended up getting them kind of a migraine. It's like a tension headache because of it, but tension headaches for me always end up devolving into migraines, so like 100% always become migraines. So I had to call it off, and by the time it went away, it was just too late to do a art stream. And I know this one is happening pretty late tonight, but I figured 7 o'clock was better than nothing, and 7 o'clock at least is not 9 o'clock, which is when I was feeling better last night. So like I get migraines so often that I know how to deal with them. Like unless they're just absolutely debilitating, I can normally like get away with doing stuff. It's just talking and doing artwork is just a little beyond me. So on migraine days, unless I have a couple hours to recover. Oh, see, it's 9 o'clock there. Yeah, but I mean like 9 o'clock here on the West Coast, because I know that's a lot later for you guys that are like Midwest / East Coast, and I don't want to like have you guys mess up your schedules just for me, so that's why I like doing the art streams earlier. But yeah, hey Skippy. Oh yeah, dude, that sucks, man. Sorry that the army messed you up, Skippy. If it makes you feel better, at least you only have them now. I've had them like my entire life. I think I learned what a migraine truly was when I was 13. Like, yeah, puberty was rough, man. Like, go from thinking the world is perfect and I don't know why my mom thinks gets these things called migraines. They just sound like headaches, and they can't be that bad. And then I got my first migraine, and I was like, oh my god, the world is ending. My head is going to explode, and I'm going to die. Migraines are no joke, guys. Like, you think, oh, it's just like a really bad headache, but then you get one, and you're like, oh god, I feel like I'm gonna die, and why does the light hurt me? And like, they're not good. Aw, thank you. I'm glad you guys appreciate me. That's nice. Alright, so we're blending the edges of the shadows I drew the last time we were here. Shouldn't take me that long, and then we'll get to the darker shadows with the gradients. I mean, dealing with them over years sucks, but you build up a tolerance or resistance with suddenly getting them while you're in your office out of nowhere on a Tuesday afternoon. Welcome to yeah, that does suck. If it helps, Skippy, if you start getting an aura in your eye out of nowhere, like a big black spot or like that blue spot, like when you look at a bright light or the sun, and then you look away and you get that kind of aura. If you're getting that like out of nowhere, that normally means that you're getting a migraine. It's one of the early symptoms, and if you take Motrin or Excedrin, then you can normally, yeah, they suck, right? If you take like Excedrin or Motrin right at that moment that you get the aura, you can normally prevent like some of the worst symptoms for the migraine. And then it's just like having a mild headache, which still isn't great, but at least it's not like full blown, oh god, I'm gonna die. And yeah, I mean, a lot of people get them later in life because of like tension headaches can just very easily turn into migraines. For me, it's like a mixture of tension, stress, and hormones. Hormones are a big cause of migraines and insomnia. Hormones actually affect a lot of our bodies without us actually realizing it. They basically affect like nearly all of our bodily functions, and we don't realize how like important our like hormone producers are until one of them starts acting up, and then you're like, well, crap. Because one of your biggest hormone producers is your brain, and when that starts going haywire, wow, gee, that's not good. Or infrequent anxiety attacks. I'm glad I can. Oh, I'm sorry, man. I know that. I'm sorry. That sucks. I've had a couple anxiety attacks. I nearly had one today because while I was over at my grandma's place, I was helping clean up because she just can't pick up after her dog anymore because she's 91 and old and can't get around a lot or bend over all that easily. So she just doesn't bother cleaning up after her dog on her back porch. So we have to do it. So I was back there cleaning it up today, and I lifted up this like little patch of like fake grass we have for the dog out there, and because it's just like this little tiny patio. Because my grandma lives in this like apartment at a assisted living facility, and underneath the fake grass there's this, you know, like a puppy pee pad. And when I lifted up the grass and I'm going to get the pee pad, wearing gloves, thank God I was wearing gloves, because I think if I wasn't, I probably would have run inside screaming, because I lifted it up and there's just covered, like, from edge to edge in maggots, like, just the really gross kind, and I've, like, freaked out. My brain was basically like, nope! And basically I toughed it out and like managed to get the thing in the plastic bag and tie off the plastic bag and throw it away, but my brain was basically like, this is gross, and now I'm already gonna like throw up, and so I'm like, this is awful. And yeah, exactly, it's just nope. So I managed to get inside and I'm washing my hands and I'm like, this has been rough. I feel like I'm gonna throw up. And I come out and I see my grandma's dog is licking her hand, and I'm like, Grandma showed me that earlier and there was like a cut there. Grandma, don't let your dog lick your hand. And she lifted it up and she's bleeding again. And of course, those who have been on the channel for a while or who know me understand that I have hemophobia. And while I've managed to control most of it, like, if I'm already feeling pretty anxious, like, one of my other, like, phobias has been triggered pretty hard, it's a little more difficult for me to, like, be able to go through all of my, like, calming techniques and calm myself down. So I see that, and I'm immediately like, I need to leave, because if I don't leave, I'm gonna, like, pass out or scream or throw up or, like, any combination of those three things. So I freaked out a little. I didn't stay very longer. I basically, like, stared at my phone the rest of the time trying to calm down, because I was just like, I can't handle this. This is too much. Just, like, deep breathing. Don't look at it. Don't look at anything. Just look at your phone. And I've been feeling, like, mildly nauseous the rest of the day, just because it's like, I don't feel good. Nope, don't feel good. Kinda feel like I'm gonna throw up. Nope, gonna pass out. Nope. So, like, it's okay. Like, it's not the worst, I've ever had. The worst one was definitely this time I went to the doctor's office, specifically to get blood drawn. I was there to get my hormones tested, and because I have a hormone condition. So I was there to get my hormones tested to see if they were, in the safe range, and, where they were supposed to be. I was there to make sure they were doing what they were supposed to be doing, and in the places they were supposed to be in. So I was getting blood drawn, and, the chick was drawing my blood. She hadn't put the stopper on one of the vials yet, and I must have moved my arm by accident. And understand, when they test your hormones, they have to draw a lot of blood. So there's like several vials, but thankfully only one of them spilled. And it spilled all over my feet, and I lost it. I passed out almost immediately. Like, I was halfway into getting up, and I saw the blood, and I was just like, nope, and just like passed out right back into the chair. They actually, like, I freaked out so much in the nursing staff when I did it, because it was just such an immediate reaction. That, like, there was a doctor on staff, and he got pulled in, and he's like, are you okay? Are you anemic? Like, nobody told me you were anemic. And I was like, I'm not anemic. Like, I just have hemophobia. I'm okay. Like, I felt so embarrassed, because I'm like, oh, they called a doctor in on this. Crap. Like, oh yeah, that makes me feel so much better. Like, let me make myself look even more of an idiot in front of a medical professional who has to see blood on the daily. So, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Guys, panic attacks aren't great. Like, I've only had, like, a few in my life, and they're all, like, just based around blood for the most part, and let me tell you, they all suck. So, like, if you have to, if you've had a panic attack, or if you have them regularly, I feel you pain, man. They suck, and I am sorry. Like, it's not a good experience. It's not, like, good place to be. Like, they're serious business, man.
It's 1930.
Yes, thank you, computer. This is actually one of the few art streams where I have my headphones in and I'm listening to music, but I'm not singing along. I'm listening to Lindsay Sterling. She's a violinist. She's got a few albums out on iTunes, and I really like her, so I've been listening to her stuff. She likes to do this, like, techno mixed with, like, violin music, and it's absolutely beautiful. And because I love the violin so much, and I'm a real sucker for it. So anytime it pops up in music, I'm automatically like, and this is my favorite thing ever. Has anyone watched A Silent Voice or Your Name? No, I have not. And yeah. Lindsay Sterling is in fact on Dancing with the Stars, which makes me so happy. She's doing really good. I'm actually really excited about it. Her and Frankie Muniz, who, like, throughout high school, it was like the one show I could get my mom to watch was Malcolm in the Middle. It was the one show we both liked that we both could watch, and like, it made me feel like, oh, hey, my life's not so bad. So I've always kind of really liked him, just as an actor. And then he got into racing, and broke his back. So to see him back on TV doing something, I'm like, that's a good guy. Good for him. So I'm excited about both of them being on Dancing with the Stars. Oh, Japanese anime films are doing. Oh yeah. I think I've heard of your name, but I don't know. I haven't seen any of those. I haven't really been watching a lot of Japanese stuff. I used to, like, all the time back in high school, but and I probably should watch like more foreign films, but I actually have not been like, other than, like, I went through a Bollywood phase there for a while where I was watching a lot of Bollywood films on Netflix. But just because there was a couple in particular that I really liked. But I haven't really been watching them. Should really watch more of them. I was actually spending most of the day today watching Loading Ready Run and knitting. Just because I'm really trying to, like, brush up on my magic skills, because I kind of want to, like, get better at it since I just started back into it. I'd like to get I'd like to get better at it. I'd like to at least be able to kick the crud out of Robert and his dinosaurs and Mikella and her dragons. Oh god, Mikella's built an entire deck just built on the basis of dragons, and she's gonna turn it into a commander deck, and it's like the scariest thing I've ever seen. And I'm just like, if I can find a way to beat this, then nothing will ever frighten me ever again. Because, like, when it doesn't work, it really doesn't work. But the few times where it does work, it's like, oh my god, I'm gonna die within the first 5 seconds. Oh, that's interesting. Huh. Yeah, I feel like Hollywood has a real problem with this, like, sudden trend of, we should really remake Japanese films. I mean, they've done it with, like, The Grudge and The Ring, and I mean, The Ring was successful, but I think that was purely because, like, of the era. No one really understood that it was Japanese at the time, and, like, I don't know, like, I don't know why The Ring was actually, like, successful in other Japanese remake films lately. Just have not been. Maybe it's because they're doing anime, and, like, they just expect it to be popular, period, so they can, like, slack off on it, or, like, if they slap somebody that, some, like, famous actor that people know, people will just assume it's good. Who knows? I don't understand Hollywood, and I probably never will, even though I was once a part of Hollywood. I will never understand it. Former child actor. Don't understand Hollywood. Just really don't. So I've been watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine for the first time ever. I don't know. Like, everyone keeps talking about it, so I'm like, I might as well finally watch this. I needed a break from Star Trek anyway. So, not that I don't love Star Trek, I do. I still absolutely love Star Trek. It's just, I'm a little burnt out. I need Star Trek and I need some space, and then I can go back and love it some more. So I'm taking a little bit of break to watch some other stuff. So I started on so I've been watching around, and I started with BoJack Horseman, but guys, I can't watch that show. Like, oh, it's supposed to be funny. I'm like, yeah, I don't find it funny. Oh, it's supposed to be dramatic. I don't find it really all that dramatic. I just find it kind of unbearable. Like, I can see why other people like it, but my brain is just like, I don't like this. It's in the same vein as like, I mean, at least for me, it's kind of seems like it's in the same vein as like Tim and Eric, and I never liked Tim and Eric either, or Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Never liked that either. So I can't watch it. I can. It's just I don't enjoy myself when I watch it. Like, I can see why other people like it, and that's cool for them, and I'm not gonna say, like, the show's terrible. It's just I don't get any enjoyment out of it, is what I'm saying. Like, it's fairly, like, as easily amused as I am, it's very difficult for me to actually find a comedy that I enjoy. I mean, I like Modern Family in small doses, but I think that's mostly just because it's like a show I can tolerate and watch with mom and like sit out and drone out too. I like South Park, but I mean, I've always liked South Park, so. Hi, Grizzly Bear. Is that, Grizzly Bear, are you Peter? I'm trying to get all my bears straight. There's like 3 different bears I had to do on a daily basis. I love them all. Balin is my best bear friend, but I love them all. South Park is awesome. Thank you. Oh, good. It is Peter. All right. I got it right. Everyone's name changes like all the time on Twitch, so sometimes it's hard to remember who's who. My mom's freaking out because there's a lot of fires going on right now in California, and one is going down in Santa Rosa in Northern California, and my great aunt, so my mom's aunt, had to evacuate from her house, and I guess one of my uncle's friends, because my uncle used to be a firefighter until he retired, one of his friends got really badly burned, saving or trying to save a woman from a nursing home. So my mom was like freaking out earlier. She's calling me while I'm cooking dinner. Turn on the news. It's gotta be on the news. There's a fire. I'm like, yeah, which one? I'm like, which fire? There's a bunch of them. Oh, it's burned down all these houses. And I'm like, the Anaheim fire? Because that's the one that nobody has shut up about today. No, the Santa Rosa fire. And I'm like, okay, I've heard nothing about it, but alright. And then she was like getting all mad about it. I'm like, it's not my fault that NBC is not reporting on it. NBC just won't shut up about Anaheim. It's not my fault. I can't control the news. I turned it on for you. I turned it on to the exact channel you told me to. I'm in the middle of cooking dinner. Oh, Skippy's talking about a Japanese animated movie called Silent Voice, I think. And I hear it's supposed to be good. I've seen a lot of trailers and ads for it, and I've been meaning to like give it a walk, but I don't know where I'm gonna find it, and I'm just like I'm not as invested in that kind of stuff as I used to be. So I've been kind of avoiding that stuff and watching other things. Like, I will. It's just I have so many other things to watch. Like, every other 5 seconds, I have somebody new telling me some new thing that they think I would love to watch. And I'm just like, I have so much already. There's Game of Thrones and Outlander and South Park and Lucifer and all the Star Treks that I have to catch up on and the new Star Trek. And, oh god, it's so much TV, you guys, and I don't have time for all of it. Especially not during Inktober. But I'm trying to do all these art streams. Oh, right. So we are still working on John Constantine. I am shading in this bat. I'm using our gradient tool set to multiply. And that's what we're working on today. I mean, Outlander is great. And it's more important right now because Game of Thrones isn't on and Outlander is. And I do love Outlander. Mostly just, oh, so many men in kilts. And they're so pretty. And they're, and Jamie's redheaded. And it's great. Oh, so great. Big, tall, redheaded guy. Yes! And all the Gaelic, which I'm practicing. Like, I'm getting better at it. I'm using Duolingo to learn how to speak Irish or Gaelic. It's a process. and I like it because it's like it's both historical stuff and romance, which I really like. Because I'm a sucker for romance, not gonna lie, but only when it's done well. I mean, if it's got Hugh Jackman in it, then, like, I'm 100 times more likely to watch it. Because he was in a couple of romance movies, and God, those are great. David Tennant was in a romantic comedy with the girl that did the voice of Merida and Brave, and it's set in Scotland, and I oh god, it's the best time ever, you guys. Like, it's so good. At least I thought it was good. It's charming. It amuses me. Okay, yes, I know. I really loved Gravity Falls, and I'm on, I don't know, some episode in season 1 of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and so far, I do like it. It's nice. I do like it. It's very entertaining. I'm not sure if I love it yet, but I do like it, and I definitely love, oh, who's the super scary girl cop? Rosa? I like Rosa. She's cool. I am using a tablet. What do you mean I could use a tablet? I am using a tablet. What the hell, Peter? Rosa Diaz. Yes, I love Rosa. Rosa Diaz is great. And I do love the captain. The captain is pretty cool. Yep. Right. And I love that Terry Crews is on the show, because Terry Crews is just There's nothing about him I don't love. He's a great guy, Terry Crews. He is. Not Terry Crews, the captain. He is a very serious Shakespearean actor. And I like that. Ricky Peter, you could use a tablet. I am using a tablet! What you trying to say there, Peter? I mean, I could use a new tablet, but I have no money for that. And if I was gonna have money at this point, I would be spending it on not a new tablet. I would probably be spending it on a new computer or more furniture for the new house I'm moving to. They could have made him a super tough guy, but he's the lovable family man. Yeah. I mean, he is also a super tough guy, but I like that he's a super tough guy, and he's a soft family man. It pleases me. Like, somewhere deep down in that part of me that's, like, sees a guy taking care of a family and is immediately like, oh, hey, I like this on some kind of instinctive level. Yes. Responsibility is hot, guys. It is. To be fair, I think it's because right now I'm just doing gradient, so basically it's kind of choppy. Because all I'm really doing is blocking in this is blocking in these areas and then using my gradient tool to create more shadows. Terry's late for the farmer's market. Yeah, I like that. Not gonna lie, Terry's character in Brooklyn Nine-Nine, kind of my dream guy. A little bit, you know? Like, could deadlift me at any moment, but is really kind of soft and nice. I like that. I like that a lot. That is my dream guy. Whereas Rosa Diaz, that would probably be my dream girl. I like my women scary and able to kill me. Like, binging Brooklyn Nine-Nine would be so much easier if I could get my mom into the show. But my mom is so hard to please when it comes to comedies, you guys. She, like, picks one and then sticks to that one like glue. And then does not budge and will watch reruns of only that and that one show for forever and all time. Right now, it's Modern Family. It's driving me crazy, you guys. I used to like that show. And now I tolerate it. Like, now it's, yeah, I could watch that, or I could go and hide in my room. And also, my mom is like the ultimate binger. She will not stop until she has seen the entire series in one go. And you think I'm lying, or like I'm being or like I'm exaggerating, but I'm not. She got really ticked that she couldn't watch the whole of Orange is the New Black in one day. Like, it was a serious thing there. Just watch Archer. Right? It isn't. I mean, it is good. It's just, I don't know. I do like Rick and Morty, but God, the fandom is so awful. Like, just so god-awful, you guys. It's like every other show that's good and just develops, like, the worst possible fandom. And then you're just, like, afraid to admit that you like the show because then you get associated with those same people and you're like, but I'm not like that. Like, did I care that McDonald's brought back the Szechuan sauce? No. Do I care that some idiots are now rioting because of it? Yes, because those people are idiots and they need to stop. Like, seriously. Who freaking, like, riots over sauce? Who does that? Ugh. And over McDonald's sauce, like, for real. Like, what the hell, guys? You realize you could probably find a better tasting sauce at an Asian market for cheaper. Like, for cheap. Asian markets are great. I love Asian markets so much, you guys. Asian markets are fantastic. Support your local Asian market today. There's this great one that's in Corona, so it's like, honestly, like a half-hour drive from me now. And it's huge and it's fantastic. And they sell roll cakes and buns, like the kind that you see in Ghibli films. Oh god, and they look so fantastic, and I've had some and they're just so good. And they're right next to this dim sum Chinese food place that oh god, they make so good dumplings. So good. Just oh god, so good. So good. So good. Hello, welcome to Art Puts Red in Your Face and also drools while thinking about food. Even though I've just eaten dinner. I should not be drooling. I'm a Rick Morty fan, not Rick Sanchez fan. Idiots on the internet, 4chaners. It's just soy sauce and their sweet and sours in their sweet and sour sauce. It's easy to make, not war-worthy. Art puts red in your face is exactly what I'm here for. Oops, I meant red puts art in your face. And also drools about food. I'm very passionate about food, you guys. I like it. I like food a lot. I don't understand people that don't like food. And it's weird because I've actually met people who don't like food. Like, it's very confusing to me because I'm like, but you need it to live. Why don't you like it? It's one of the best parts of human existence. Why don't you like food? and one of them is actually a very close friend of mine, Jenny. She doesn't like soup or cupcakes or ice cream. And I mean all soup. All soup, you guys. Just soup, period. All soup. And all cupcakes. And all ice cream. I don't know why. And getting her to eat anything is like pulling teeth. Like anything at all, period, that is not Chef Boyardee or a salad. And I'm just sitting there like, I don't understand. Like, why don't you enjoy food? Did someone hurt you? Like, who hurt you? Who put so much food in your face that you're just like, no, I'm never gonna eat properly ever again. Or anything good. Get that red out of my face. How about some food in my face? Can totally get a cooking show going. Oh, apparently we shouldn't watch the Last Jedi trailer if we don't want spoilers. I heard it was Phantom Menace spoilery? What? What? Like, what? I mean, who hasn't watched The Phantom Menace? I mean, how many years has The Phantom Menace been out? Oh, as in, like, the trailer, showed off so much of it that, oh, okay. I was very confused. Don't spoil it. Yeah, like, I might watch the trailer, I don't know. It depends. Like, how bored I get and how much other crap I gotta watch. Why does it keep doing that? That's driving me crazy. Stupid manga studio acting up like a jerk. I've been more focused on, like, I don't know, other nerdy stuff lately, like YouTube shows and Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I'm too busy watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine to watch trailers. Skippy, you gotta understand, it takes me a while to get to places. Like, it will take me a while to watch these movies you recommend because I'm too busy watching the other crap you recommended. Not that it is crap, I'm just saying that it's a lot of stuff and it takes me a while and I can only do so many shows at a time. I get overwhelmed and then I gotta go take a break and then I gotta watch Star Trek again and yep. Or take a break and watch The Last Unicorn since I can quote it from backwards to forwards over again, left to right. God, I love The Last Unicorn so much. Yeah, go eat some food, Pete. It's like 8 o'clock. Go eat some food. For episode 1 that came out before the movie, it had Darth Maul show off his double lightsaber, and then the movie was building up to the reveal of that through the whole film. Oh, yeah. It shouldn't be the reason you go see Star Wars. Like, I'm gonna see it, I'm just meaning the trailer. I'm probably not gonna watch the trailer. Just saying, don't watch the trailer if you want to go in fresh like I do. Like, to be honest, I don't particularly care. I don't tend to judge movies by their trailers.
It's 20 hours.
Yes, thank you, computer. I tend to judge them based on how they are when I watch them, or, like, sometimes if they're nerdy stuff, I will judge them by articles I have read, or reviews I have read. But it depends on the review, and it depends on what the review says. And whether or not it already backs up stuff that I know from other nerdy sources. Or if it just seems bitter for no reason. For instance, I still have not seen Suicide Squad, because, I'm just gonna be honest, it seemed really not okay. I mean, seriously, Killer Croc gets a freaking, like, jacket, but, like, the girl characters all have to be in the skimpiest outfits ever, including the one character who should be in full armor. Like, for real. Who the hell decided that, like, just, I can't even, just, no. Trailers ruin movies. They give away the best jokes, best moments, best scenes, and I'm bummed Blade Runner 2049 didn't do as well as it deserves. The movie was amazing. Suicide Squad was just bad. I haven't seen it, so I'm not going to judge the movie in full, but I am going to say I did not appreciate the fact that, like, I mean, come on, if you were going to put somebody in this kind of, like, like in an outfit that was less clothes than the original concept. It should have been Killer Croc. He's just covered. He's covered in scales, you guys. There's like bulletproof scales. There's like no reason he should be wearing a coat. I don't understand it. Like, I'm more mad about that than I am the skimpy costumes. Like, I would have been fine with the girls in skimpy costumes if Killer Croc had also been without a shirt and had been like a burly guy. But because Killer Croc was in a freaking coat when Killer Croc has never ever worn a shirt in the comics, I was kind of like, this now not only seems misogynist, but also you are robbing me of the chance of seeing some built guy and getting some equal payback in the, like, sexualization department, in which case, F you. The whole reason I'm, like, so excited for Justice League and Aquaman is because, god damn, but Aquaman is, like, built. Oh, just beautiful. So beautiful. So many packs. So good. I'm just saying. I want equal representation. I have no problem with sexualization, so long as it's equal. If it's only one way, then I have a problem. Just scrolled past gifs of Aquaman. Ha ha! I'm psychic. And yes, he regularly wears clothes in the comics. You should be wearing a coat because no one wants someone pointing and laughing at them or running away because you're a crocodile monster. What? Like, I mean, he did, but, I mean, there's no reason to. And he certainly didn't in, like, the Suicide Squad comic. Or the animated movie, which was better. And, what's her name? Why am I blanking on her name? Not, her name's not Katana. I don't know why I want to say Katana. The Japanese girl who is, like, a samurai and always is in, like, almost near full armor. Why wasn't she in full armor? I just, like, why not? Like, I don't understand why the girl costumes all had to be skimpy. I mean, I'm sorry I'm not Ace. It's just, I'm overly I'm a pretty sexual person and I don't have a problem with that. And I realize that a lot of stuff caters to sex and I'm just saying I'm fine with it doing that so long as it's equal and because her name is Katana. Really? Hey, I got it right. I'm so bad at these names sometimes. He wears a hoodie to hide his hideousness, and Croc hasn't been in Suicide Squad comic in like 8 years. King Shark keeps showing up. She's never in full armor. She wears a skin-tight bodysuit. Look, all I'm saying is, she didn't need to bear her midriff. Why did all of the girls need to bear their midriffs? That's all I'm saying. And they use the version of Harley Quinn, which I hate, so... Which is the version of her that has, like, no agency. Yeah, I still haven't actually seen the movie. Yeah, that was the other problem. Is everyone was telling me it was bad. So I am gonna reserve judgment, but like I'm just saying I don't think any version that or any movie that focuses so heavily on just putting the female characters in skimpy clothes and using only the versions that wear skimpy clothes is going to be focused on a in-depth storyline. And I mean, like I said, I don't really have a problem with people being sexual. What you should be mad about is Katana only showing up to be a hot Asian girl rather than how she was dressed the, 6 times she was on screen. Well, again, judging it based off of what I did see and not the movie I haven't seen. So I couldn't say anything about that. And it wasn't that it was just Katana, it was that it was all of the female cast that I could see. All of them. Wearing basically nothing or being in the skimpiest version of themselves as they could. All of the female characters. Anyway. I mean, take another comic book, or another movie based off of a comic book. Kingsman, for example. The female characters that show up in Kingsman, badass, sexy, wearing clothes. Well, except for in the new one where there was, that scene. But I actually liked that scene. I thought it was a good scene. It was kind of like, the opposite of the James Bond honeypot scene. Where... Yeah, I realized that, Skippy. And like I'm saying, I would have a lot less of a problem with female sexualization if it was an equal amount of sexualization. Like, if guys were sexualized as much as girls, I would not have a problem. Because I realize a lot of the human species is pretty sexual. I understand it's attractive and it's what attracts us to stuff. That's just a given. Not everyone is like that, but it's a pretty big majority. And so I can understand why it's a good marketing tactic. However, I mean, you're missing out on at least a good portion of the human population, not just women, but guys, when you don't sexualize guys too. I'm just saying. Just equal sexualization, and I would be happy. If we did away with it in advertising, period, that might also be good, but I don't see us doing that, so at the very least, we could make it an equal amount of sexualization. Sexualize all the people. They did away with all the cool females in the second one, which bums me out. You know what is going to be in a wholesome awesomeness? Pacific Rim Uprising. I am actually excited about that. I think it's going to be good. But, because a lot of Guillermo del Toro stuff is generally very good. Still holding off until I actually see it. But it looks good so far from what I've seen, so yeah, there you go. I do want to see, what is it, The Shape of Water, just because it looks so cool, and it's got a deaf main character, which, how many freaking times do you see that? So I, like, really, really want to go see that movie. So bad do I want to go see that movie. And it's a love story featuring a merman instead of a mermaid, and I'm kind of, like, all kinds of down for that. More mermen. I need more mermen. I need more John Boyega and things. John Boyega is pretty cool. It's not a merman, it's ape sapien. I mean, basically, ape sapien is a merman. Let's just be honest. He is basically a merman. Oh, Skippy's gonna get so mad about that, I can tell. And don't get me wrong, I love Ape Sapien, but he is basically a merman. I need more mermen. Mermen are great. It's always the mermaids, never the mermen. Like, God, I really need a Namor movie, because just, Namor's great. He goes around in his underwear, and that's great. He looks like a super ripped Spock in undies. It wasn't even veiled, the looks. It looks just like Ape Sapien, and no, apparently he's some dude from the Victorian era who's mutated into ape. It's a weird storyline. I know it's a weird storyline, but basically, if you take away the mutation part, he is a merman. He's just, a mutant merman. Hey, Peter, we were having an intense discussion about mermen. I think I may have cheesed off Skippy. By insisting that Abe Sapien is a merman. No one needs Namor. Namor is an ass and a homewrecker. Hey, you shut up! Because, first of all, if Reed Richards was a better husband, there would be a lot less homewrecking going on. And second, he actually respects Susan Storm, so when she says no, he backs off. Like, in the newer versions. I realize in the older versions, that wasn't really a thing. And I like that Namor is there to act as a foil to Reed, because otherwise it would just be this, like, honest to God, just Reed Richards, like, there needs to be the foil, because I feel like Sue Storm kind of needs that, instead of, I'm going to go stay with my Malmer folk are like, I feel like Sue Storm needs that, because if she was like, I'm gonna go stay with my mother for a couple days, Reed wouldn't hear it, but if Sue's like, I'm gonna go see Namor for a few days, that makes him perk up. Break up with someone before you back on someone who isn't your partner. Don't like cheating on these. It's not cheating, really. I mean, Sue and Namor don't ever really do anything. I mean, Namor would love to, but I'm like, it's not like they ever really do anything while Sue's in the relationship with Reed. I just think it's basically Sue's way of going, you know, maybe get out of the lab sometimes and pay attention to people. Ixalan, there we go, Ixalan. I was like, what? Well, merfolk are in Ixalan. There we go. Yeah, I know. Your Mikella built a Ixalan mermaid deck that she's calling Under the Sea. I did not get a chance to fight against it. I'm actually kind of glad, because blue is, yeah. They do what happened after Civil War. I mean, that was Civil War. Civil War kind of ruined everything. I don't know. I've always really liked Namor as a character. I think it's because I'm not the biggest Reed Richards fan. And I do like Susan Storm. I just really don't like Sue when she's with Reed. Anti-blue card in existence. Really? That's cool. I just need something to kill off Rob's stupid hex-proof dinosaur that has trample. What the hell kind of dinosaur is hex-proof? Just said for the children. I'm not excusing cheating. I like both of those characters and I don't like Reed. That's literally all it boils down to. I'm not saying cheating is good in any kind of sort, and I don't think that any of those characters are ever written very well, or that their situation is ever written all that well. But I like Sue Storm, and I like Namor, and I like that they have a weird dynamic that goes on with Reed. I think it was most well represented in one of the issues for Illuminati, where all of the guys in the Illuminati are sitting around talking about their female significant others. It cracks me up. It is my favorite comic book ever. Basically because they all admit they have female issues, and Tony is the one abdicating for monogamy. Tony Stark. Basically like, but monogamy's supposed to be great. And all the other guys are like, but it sucks. And Tony's like, but your wives are awesome. Hey! You've gone if she needs to go somewhere and be with no more. Like 3 times. That's is crazy cheating. Whatever. 3 mana enchantment islands don't untap during their controller's untap steps. Ooh, that's nice. Like, I know there's some people that think, like, oh god, cheating is the worst thing that you could ever do, blah, 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 blah. I think, honestly, the worst thing that you could do is lying in a relationship. So, in that way, yeah, cheating's bad, but I think it's even worse if you lie about it, because, you know what? I've been cheated on in a relationship, and yeah, it did suck, but I think I was way more hurt by the fact that both of them lied to me about it. I was way more hurt by that than the fact that it happened at all. I mean, I knew they liked each other. I just thought that they would have the, I both thought they were enough of my friends and cared about me enough to, to own up to what they'd done, and instead they lied to me about it, and I had to find out through other people. And that's the part that hurt, if you're gonna cheat, at least be honest about it. Like, that's where I stand on the issue. Like, I feel like if you own up to it and you are truly sorry about it, then I feel like you could probably work it out in a relationship. I don't think cheating is the worst thing that you can do as a person, like, ever. I think that lying about cheating is, because, yeah, it is hurtful and it is a really shitty thing to do, but hear me out. As someone who has been cheated on, in possibly the worst way ever, because the guy who cheated on me with a girl that had the exact same name, and also was the girl who introduced us in the first place. So, it is better to break up with someone before you do something like that. But the other thing is like, everyone has different definitions of what makes up cheating. Like, for instance, I have a friend who's polyamorous. So she and her girlfriend are totally, for them, cheating is not sleeping with someone else or kissing someone else. They have a different definition of what cheating is. And I think it varies from person to person. And I think that's something that you need to discuss and work out in a relationship. Relationships take effort and work. Shouldn't ever feel like work, but it should be something that you communicate about and talk about. It's a conversation that you need to have with your significant other and work out between you so that you're both happy. It should never be like one person happy and the other person not. Because like, if he had wanted to be with her, and wanted to be with her more than me, I would have been I wouldn't have been excited about it, but I would have understood if he'd just talked to me about it instead of lying about it. So that's really where I come down on the whole issue. Like, some people are like, oh, cheating's the worst thing you can do, cheaters deserve to die, And I'm like, no, cheaters don't deserve to die. Like, yeah, it sucks, but you don't need to kill someone just because they cheated on you. Like, yeah, it's awful and a really kind of shitty thing to do, to lie about it, but, like, if they own up to it and they apologize and, they deal with the situation, it's not the worst thing you can do as a human being. Tony's pretty monogamous. He only stays with one partner at a time, and it's not like Marvel's ever going to let polyamory be a thing. That's true. No, but like, and he does stick with one partner at the time, most of the time. But no, what I mean is, it's just like, he's in the Illuminati with all these married guys, or these guys that stay in these really long-term relationships, and here's Tony, who doesn't do that all that often, and he's talking to them, and then they're, like, complaining about their wives, and he's basically being the one, like, but your wives are so awesome! Like, you guys have it so good! And the best part, oh god, the best part is when Reed starts to go in on Sue, because Tony goes, yeah, like, Sue is great. And Reed goes, yeah, Sue is great. but, you know, sometimes she just leaves. And, like, well, do you know where she goes? Oh, I know where she goes. And then Namor walks in, and it's great. Like, it's one of my favorite comic books. Especially because I love how the way that Tony tries to end it is with, well, I could top all of you because I slept with Madame Mask. And everyone's like, who is Madame Mask? She's this chick, kind of looks like Doctor Doom. Why would you sleep with a woman that looks like Doctor Doom? Okay, we're not here for this. And it was so great. Like, I enjoy things that are written very smoothly. And it was, so I very much enjoyed it. You know, and I think that's a problem that a lot of comic books have. I know that you know, Marvel's definitely not the only one that has problems writing you know, something inventive and new that keeps a decent flow or keeps the characters in actual character. Like, especially right now, they can't even honor comic book history. But at the very least, you know, when something is written really well and it flows great, you know, it sticks with you and you remember it, and it, you know, it can be amusing or thought-provoking. It can make you angry, it could scare you, it can make you sad, but if it's written well, that's when it has an impact, and that's when I really like it, you know. I guess I'm just picky in that I like things that are written well. Like, I have a hard time liking things that are so bad they're good. Like, I very rarely like things that are quote-unquote so bad they're good. Like, I don't like The Room. And I don't like the Evil Dead series. Like, I don't even like the original Evil Dead series. Oh god, and somebody, like, forced me to go see the remake, and I hated it, and I ripped on it the whole time. I was, like, the worst theater goer. To be fair, I did warn her going in that I was going to be the absolute worst when she took me to this. I was like, you don't want to take me to see this movie. Why not? Because I hate the Evil Dead. But why? How can you hate the Evil Dead? I'm like, I just do. Why are you taking me to see this movie? And she's like, well, because I can't get anyone else to go with me. Please just, like, you'll love it. Just trust me. I'm like, I'm gonna promise you right now that I won't, but fine. So we go to see it, and, like, the first 5 minutes are so stupid, and I'm just like, can I make fun of it now? No. And then it just kept getting worse, and I was like, can I make fun of it now? No. And then by the end, I'm like, just not even listening or asking. I'm just like, I'm just gonna make fun of it the whole time. Yes, The Room. The Room. You know, have you never seen The Room? That awful movie with, what's his name? I don't know. It's just awful. They showed it on, like, Adult Swim or something once, and I was like, what even is that? Some people think it's, like, funny, and I'm just like, I don't like this. But no, she took me to go see the Evil Dead remake, and no. No, my friend once took me to go see the Evil Dead remake, and I didn't like the original Evil Dead series. And she took me to go see the remake of it, and I was just like, I'm gonna make fun of this the whole way through. And she did not believe me. I'm sorry that your internet's spotty. there, Skippy. Almost done with this. And then it'll be highlights, which will be much quicker. I like them. They were fun and campy. Ash vs. Evil Dead is a fantastic show. It's just so ludicrous. I don't particularly enjoy the Evil Dead series. But, I mean, that's just a matter of taste. Like, I can see, again, I see why people enjoy it. I've just never been one of those people. And somebody took me to go see the remake of it, the new Evil Dead movie that was a remake of the old one, and I was like, why are you taking me this when I told you I don't like the originals? No, come on, it'll be great. And then we watch it and I'm like, I hate everything about this. I'm gonna make fun of this the entire time. And I did. I don't know. I've always preferred like horror films like Psycho, like stuff that was like as a horror movie, as comedy is great and hilarious. Yeah, see, that's the problem, is like everyone keeps like taking me to them as horror, and I'm like, but they're not. And I don't enjoy them as a comedy because everyone keeps trying to push them as a horror movie on me, and I'm like, because I like horror film, and I'm like, well then you would like this. I'm like, but it's a horror comedy, and I don't enjoy that unless it's Shaun of the Dead, which is my one and only exception. Because the Coronado trilogy is just fantastic. Like, I just don't enjoy comedy and horror most when they mix, because when they mix, it's always like gratuitous violence and like way too much gore, and I'm just like, I don't find this enjoyable. I don't even like this in my regular horror films. Why would I enjoy it also as a comedy? So yeah, no, like I said, John dies at the end. That was actually really good. I actually did enjoy John dies at the end. Like, I did like that. So that and Shaun of the Dead. Those two I liked. I recently watched, Tucker and Dale versus Evil, which, it was okay. It wasn't my favorite thing in the world. It was okay. But, yeah, I've just never really liked the Evil Dead. Which is fine. Like I said, I'm never gonna, like, say that it, like, if you watch these movies, you're horrible, or, like, you have awful taste or anything. Like, I don't believe that. Like, it's just, my taste and your taste don't line up as far as this one particular genre of movies is concerned. Like, that's really all it is. Like, I understand why people like it, it's just I'm not one of them. It's kind of just a straight comedy, which is why I really liked it. And it was okay. Like, I laughed a few times, and I found it kind of enjoyable, but not my favorite thing. I did enjoy myself. It was okay. Like, I don't know, the second, like, there's, like, a crazy amount of gore, my brain just shuts off and goes, Except when it's, like, apparently I really like classic 80 movie slasher types when they're good. Like, I really enjoyed the Freddy Krueger series, like the original series, like the original movies, when they're actually done by Wes Craven. Those are good. Friday the 13th, Halloween. Those are some good ones. Did not really enjoy the original Fright Night. What's another 80s movie that I watched that I was like, meh. Oh, what was that? What was that one that started the whole series on the dude with the like pin cushions coming out of his face? I watched that one recently, and I was like, why do people like this? This makes no sense. Like, way more not making sense than like the Nightmare on Elm Street and shit. Watch Jason X or Hellraiser. That's what it was. Like, I watched Hellraiser recently, and I was like, none of this makes sense. Like, none of this is really any kind of sense at all. It's very weird. I don't get it. Like, not even as a horror movie. Why does this creepy guy that's mostly just me flirting with people? That seems gross. Like, I would not be attracted to that if I was that woman. Why is she okay with me, dude, flirting with her? It was just not really to, like, my taste. I was just like, no? Like, no? I watched it the whole way through, too, because I'm like, at some point this has to be good, right? Like, at some point this has to be interesting. And I'm just like, so none of this is good. Got it. I really love the original Aliens, though. Man. Like, Alien and Aliens, oh, so good. Jason X has this scene where they have a holodeck and recreate the campground from the first movie. Ah! Oh man, that's great. I should watch that. I keep meaning to watch more of the like Freddy Krueger and Jason films, but I'm like, after the first couple of them, I'm just like, this is starting to get weird. I think I'm gonna have to bow out. Oh, what was the other one that was really good? Poltergeist, the 80s movie Poltergeist. Loved it. So good. Like, it's so weird and cheesy now to watch, but I'm like, I like this movie. This is enjoyable. I don't even find it all that scary. It's just fun to watch. The Exorcist is like that too. Like, I just honestly enjoy watching The Exorcist. It's kind of creepy. Like, even now, it's still pretty creepy. I haven't seen a single movie mentioned, and I'm okay with that. Like, the original Nightmare on Elm Street was really good. Like, it was really interesting and cool to see where, like, that series started off. And they put these two cute co-eds in it. They both take their tops off and get in their sleeping bags. God, what are the rest of the crew freaking out and trying to escape? They go back and Jason has one sleeping bag full of co-ed and is beating the other sleeping bag full of co-ed on the ground with the first sleeping bag. The only reason to watch Jason X is to laugh your butt off because it's set in space. Ah, hilarious. I'm down. I need more, like, cheesy horror flicks to watch this month. Because what is wrong with, like, Hulu and Netflix that they never, like, post the good horror films during October? Like, it's almost impossible to get them unless you, like, register them on DVD, like, a month ahead of time. And I'm just like, they should be streaming this crap. I would be watching so much more Netflix if I had more, like, classic horror films to watch. It's just the worst thing ever made. It's like early 2000s idea of the future is just so dumb. Early 2000s idea of the future is pretty dumb. Not gonna lie. We were all, like, stuck in that whole the future's gonna be awful stage or something, and, like, it was not good. Like, all I can remember of early 2000s, like, future movies is, like, let's make this as dark and creepily weird as possible. Like the Disney movie? Which Disney movie? Wait, are we talking about, like... Oh god, what was that? What was it called? Like something in space? Z something in space? I thought that was a 90s movie. I sent you that scene, watch it, I will. Xenon! Oh my god, Xenon, yes! And I'm just like, what even is that? Like, but the weird, like, bumpy outfits, I remember that. And I'm just like, why are things bumpy in the future? Invader Zim! Invader Zim was great, though. It still is great. I still love watching that. I have, like, every episode on iTunes. I'm actually really excited for the new Invader Zim movie. Really excited. They're made of bright plastic fabrics that poke out. Yeah, right? And I'm just like, why? Why is this a thing? And you're just like, what? Why would anyone think that would look good, even in the future? This makes no sense. Like, did we lose all sense of our, like, of what is aesthetically pleasing? Did we all just decide that, like, postmodernism was great? And I'm just like, could we not? Let's hope the movie's at least okay. I think they were making fun of the 80s idea of what the future is going to be, like Bill and Ted. I like Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, though. Like, it's silly and stupid, but it's supposed to be silly and stupid. Like, you're not really supposed to take it seriously, and it knows that. Like, and I don't understand, like, the like, early 2000s, like, hatred for the 80s. There was, like, a weird anger toward the 80s going on in the early 2000s. Like, for real. Bill and Ted's so good! Right? Bogus Journey was some next level shit. It was. It really was. And it's so weird because, like, I wasn't even born in the 80s. Why is, like, all of my fondest memories of 80s movies? That's playing the bass so good. They were angry at their parents, so make fun of what they loved most. I guess? But, like, my mom, like, most of the stuff she likes is all from the 70s. And my dad would have been, like, the 60s, because he was 14 years older than my mom. It's like, my mom was all about 90s shit. That's because your mom is a baby boomer. My parents are Xers. Oh, see? Yeah, both of my parents were baby boomers. There's just, they were in, like, different generation stock. Like, my mom was, like, the very last year for the baby boomers. And my dad was, like, not, because he was 14 years older than my mom. My dad was a player. My sister's a Gen Xer, though. She's 12 years older than me. We don't have that much in common, gonna be honest. My parents still talk shit about our generation like theirs wasn't the reason we've turned out like this. Right? Ugh, what's wrong with your generation? Well, I don't know. You raised us. Like, maybe the only people you have to blame are yourselves. I think your generation was ruined by the everyone gets a trophy mentality. Like, but we weren't the ones that insisted on that. You were. Like, yeah, what 3-year-old is gonna be like, I think everyone should get a trophy? Well, I mean, yeah, okay, no, that actually does sound like something a 3-year-old would say, but I mean, who's gonna listen to a 3-year-old? I was like, then why did you give all of us trophies? Right? Oh, Skippy. This is some fun stuff, guys. This is some fun stuff. They listen to 3-year-olds when it advances their argument, right? I feel like anyone would listen to anybody that, like, has an opinion that advances their argument. Well, I mean, unless you're actually, like, intelligent enough to know that that's not a good and healthy opinion, like, healthy way to go about your life. You know what's a good show, you guys? The Good Place. I enjoy that show. I think it's funny. It's a good show. I saw the first 2 episodes. Like of this season or of the first season? I don't know. I just really like all the yogurt puns. I live for food puns. When they're good. Guess the entire plot after. Season 1. Gen Xers had the most dangerous and free childhood of any generation ever before. No wars, no real threats to the country, no safety laws or restrictions. And then they turn around and implement more laws and restrictions than any generation before and blame us for not going out and doing something stupid and crazy like they did in their effed up youth. I mean, okay. Not really here to discuss politics. But hey guys, look! The bat's highlights are done! Look at that, it looks so pretty and shiny. That's great. Now we're going to add some texture. It's going to be awesome. File, import. Thank you! That's very nice of you to say, Eamon. I appreciate that. Alright, so now what we're gonna do is, no, I've decided I don't like that. Nope, no, I didn't want that. Nope, pattern from image. There we go, this one. Like, I have a couple of these that I use for patterns. Yeah, okay. And then, boop, and then do. Yeah. I don't think any of these. Dang it. I don't like it. Maybe we will go with that other one after all. Did he have to pay his stylist a lot? God damn it, Eamon. Okay, I'm just going to ignore you right now, Skippy. Since, yeah. You see the Blade Runner shorts they did before the new movie? I did not. I've actually seen very little for the new Blade Runner. And also, I never saw the original Blade Runner, which I know is kind of blasphemous. But yeah, never saw it. Keep meaning to watch it. Never really got the chance. I needed a laugh. Are they short shorts that show butt? Oh my god, even. Those are my favorite kind of short shorts, though. Damn it. Eamon, you're gonna kill me. There we go. That's better. Alright. So we got that down. And it is almost 11, so I'm gonna have to call this here, even though I wanted to do some more tonight. Alright, this has been fun, guys. I will see you tomorrow for another Inktober art stream. Thank you so much for joining me. Remember, you can see the results of today's art stream on my art blog, redputsartinyourface.tumblr.com. Please remember to subscribe to our Twitch channel, or recommend that your friends subscribe to our Twitch channel if you want to see more things like this in the future. You can also leave suggestions for me for art streams on my art blog. For future art blogs, or suggestions for games for me to do in the future. Thank you again for joining me. I will see all of you guys tomorrow, hopefully for 2 art streams. I'm hoping to get out 2 tomorrow. So I should have a couple on early in the day. We'll see. Thanks again so much for joining me. I loved having you guys here. Yeah, thanks so much. Alright, I will see you guys again later. Bye-bye.